Hello everyone, Sharanya PS here, Assistant Professor, Department of ISL, AJIET Mangalore. Apart from the subject, today I am here to discuss some of the major aspects of placement, how you can prepare for the placement, some of the important tips and resources to refer for the placement preparation. I assure it's gonna help you a lot to nurture your career. Since the outbreak of COVID-19 this year, there might be a drastic change in placement drive. Number of offers made, the salary offered, everything gonna change. By considering the current economic situation, the job hiring may slow down in upcoming years. Placement in upcoming days will be much tighter and the competition will be fiercer. Nothing to worry. It is not so late to start preparation for better tomorrow. There is a saying, it is never too late to start growing. Only thing you have to focus is give interest and start preparing. There is a one big question. When to start preparing for the placement? Placement will be in final year. So the one major answer that you will be getting is placement preparation you can start from final year. Is it right? No, definitely not. The placement preparation need to be started right from choosing engineering. It will be ending up with a very good result at the end. You will be landed up in a dream companies much more easily. And there are some reasons why it is good if you choose your placement preparation right from the first year. There are, first one, I say it is easy to introspect yourself if you start preparing well in advance. That is, you can evaluate which are the concepts you are good in and which are the topics or the concept you are lagging in, and you can prepare in those areas where you need to sharpen it up. And second one, mastering each topic. If you start preparing at the end, you will be focusing on only the major aspects or important concepts. But in order to get into a very good companies or to place in companies, it is necessary to be mastering almost all of the topics. So it should be well clear in each concepts. And if you prepare well in advance, there is a lot of time available. In each semester vacation, you can dedicate the time for the placement preparation, as well as there need not to be worried at the end. Not be so stressful. If you reach to the final year, there will be much more other works need to be submitted. No need to be hurry-burry at the end. So you have to start preparing for this placement right from the first year, at least if not from the second year onwards. And these will help you to build the resumes in a better manner. In the final years, you can focus more on the project works and internship even in your pre-final years. So if you are well versed with the placement contents, then you can focus on building the resumes in the higher semester. There are n number of resources available in our fingertip. But the question is which one to use and how to use, which is good and which one is suitable for my level and my requirement. There is a saying, you have the world at your fingertips, but the way how we use matters a lot. The preparation for campus placement, the step-by-step I will be discussing here. First, I will be discussing about what are the steps that are followed in the general campus placement, and next what are the resources or the websites that you can refer for the preparation of the same. First thing, coming to the placement procedure, the first and foremost round in almost all the placement drive that we call it as an aptitude round. It stands good even for the competitive exams like GATE, MAT, or even much more higher level, any of the exams, any government sectors or banking sectors. All these competitive exams will be having this aptitude part as a mandatory. Here, the aptitude round majorly consists of three different aspects. One is quantitative, logical reasoning, and verbal ability. Based on these different levels, it is going to evaluate the candidates' different skills. It is one of the major round to filter out the most number of candidates. Next comes the selection round. It will be done majorly sometimes by conducting group discussion, or if it is a core companies, then coding rounds are the mandatory things. Here in the coding round, there will be either some problem statements will be given. For that, you need to find the solutions in a best optimized manner, or there might be a set of MCQ questions. For that, you may need to answer it. It will be done in depending on the requirement. And third one will be interview round. It will be, most of the time there will be two interview rounds. Either it will be technical interview, and once you clear that, there will be HR interview. In the technical interview, all your technical skills, everything will be evaluated. In HR interview, the basic confident level and basics of a person will be evaluated. And coming to here in detail, what are the different aspects that will be checked when you gone through all these different sections. First, coming to the aptitude. Why this aptitude round is very important. Aptitude round is directly proportional to the mathematical foundation what you have learned in the very basic classes. That is like here, first thing is you should be very thorough with the problem solving skills, and the way how you are thinking about that problem and the solution that you opt for that particular problem, and the formulas that you need to, how well you will be using, and how quickly you will be resolving the given problem. These are the two major aspects that will be evaluated under quantitative and logical reasoning. Coming to the verbal ability, it is directly connected with the communication skills. How good you are framing the sentences and reading the phrases and understanding, and all those, based on that, this verbal ability will be considered. And coming to the selection round, here the major things that you should be well versed is, if you are into computer science or IS or IT sectors, then learning language is mandatory thing. Be thorough with a set of programming language and be master in at least one of the language. What that master term refers to. Not only studying just the syntax and the way how simple example programs are referred. That is not the mastering of a language. If you take any one particular programming language, you should be capable of applying that language to any kind of given problems. And if I refer to the problems in IT sector, it directly referred to data structures and algorithm problems. These are the major subjects that you need to be completely thorough with. You should be capable of learning the language and then applying the language to solve these data structures and algorithm problems. And next, one more is you should be thorough with some core subjects like computer organization, operating system, and then recent trending subjects like machine learning, cloud computing, and IoT. These subjects' knowledge should be very good. And here you, whatever the case, if you are in a software sector, then this data structures and algorithm is completely cooling this technical round. So you should be well thorough with those two concepts of this data structures and algorithm, and you should be capable of applying this programming language to solve any given problems of those data structures and algorithms. And coming to the next final round, final games result will be there in this last round. That is, here majorly the subject knowledge is evaluated. You should be very thorough with some of the subjects what you are choosing with, and the very basics about that, and how good you are in understanding that subject from the application point of view. These things are mandatory things that you should be skilled with when you face the technical interview. And with respect to HR interview, the very basic interview skills you should be thorough with, and along with that, the communication skill will also be matters a lot. So these are the different steps that you are going through when you are attending any of the placement drives. First one will be aptitude round. Next, it will be either group discussion or directly it will be coding round, and then the interview round, technical or HR interview. These are the different skills which will be evaluated by any of the candidate. So now, next in the next video session, I will be discussing what are all the different resources you need to refer to prepare for apti round, and then GD or coding round and interview rounds. Thank you for listening.